I'm at the Gondwana Link office in Albany looking at the Gondwana Link map. And how did this come about, Keith?
Well, it evolved like the landscape. I still remember with a group of farmers, the original Fitzgerald Biosphere group in the mid-80s, when we saw our first satellite photos of southwestern Australia. The bleakness of the cleared wheat belt was pretty apparent. You can see the straight edge of the Darling Scarp and the state forest, but it was then that we realised that we had most of the bush left in southwestern Australia. It was down here along the south, from the forests, the big national parks, and that big bit of then unknown bush the other side of the wheat belt. And that's when we started talking about the potential to, in this one part of the southwest, connect it all up, back up again, and be connected right through to the heart of Australia. But that was a conversation that went on for quite a while, and it was a time when there was still an awful lot of land being cleared. But once we'd stopped the bulk of the land clearing, we started talking this up again, and then came to a bit of a head with the Nature Conservancy in Australia. We took Peg Olsen, their Australian scout, for a few drives around the place, and she kept coming back to the same thinking, that along the south coast you had the opportunity. And we actually had a meeting in the Pingerup Roadhouse, and she kept hammering me on what the priorities would be though. So we went out the back with a stick and drew a map of southwestern Australia and drew what we now call the swish, which outlines the area in which we can connect the wet forest, the big national parks, and look at the Stirling Ranges. They put it exactly how you'd like it. Fitzgerald River, lots of bits of bush in between, and then it feeds through the Ravensthorpe connection out into what is now known as the Great Western Woodlands, and of course that is connected to the living heart of Australia, the inland bit that is a bit drier than the rest, but still the least disturbed habitats in the country. And we thought, it was just a whoosh on just drawn it, not quite at random, but it captured the area where we can do the most good and retain the most of the values and the ecological function in the southwest. It is the wet to dry trajectory along which species have moved over eons as the climate has wobbled around. We now know, we guessed it at the time, but we now know it has the bulk of the botanical richness of the southwest and all the hotspots within the hotspots. It is the part of the world that, even as the cold front slips further south and the southwest dries out a bit more, it is the bit that still gets clipped by the cold fronts, and it's got lots of climate refugia and those big national parks in the dry country, which we don't have anywhere else. It's 1,000 kilometres from Margaret River through to the edge of the Nullarbor Plain, and if you draw a line in the right places, over 900 kilometres of that is still there. And you don't get that in many parts of the world, and we're increasing that 900 kilometres till the day when it'll be 1,000 kilometres of a big thick band of bush all the way across.